Hello, my Coyote artist. So today we are going to be looking at continuous lines. So today you're going to need to find an object for you to draw. So something like a coffee mug or a little figurine, a little toy, something that is small in size that you want to draw, and you're going to need some paper and something to draw with. Okay, so if you are ready, let's talk about a continuous line. Paul Klee, an artist, said, "A line is a dot that went for a walk." So right here I have a funny little video of a dot going for a walk, and you can see what he creates continuously. So if you notice, the line just keeps going. It's basically outlining all different types of shapes and all different types of objects. Notice you just see a little bit of the details, but not all the details. It keeps going and going and going. A line is a dot that went for a walk. Phew. All right, so you can see it's a line that just continues and continues and continues. It keeps going and going and going and going. Well, artists use continuous lines when they're drawing an object that they see. Sometimes a continuous line can be fun to make and creates a really unique artwork. So here we see this artist, Matt Russell, and he's going to talk about continuous lines.
Line to describe the subject. And by doing so, you're going to force yourself to think about all of the lines that you see on the subject, areas of contrast where there may be shadow, and of course the outlines. So you're trying to record all of the contour lines possible. This exercise is a little bit different from a blind contour line drawing where you would only be looking at the subject and never looking at your paper. With a continuous line drawing, of course, you have permission to look at the paper as you go. Now, although this is a great drawing exercise, you might be surprised how cool the resulting images are. It's nice to see the imperfections that are left by the hand of the artist. So let's go ahead and take a look at how you can create a continuous line drawing. For this first subject, we'll do a continuous line drawing of a horse, and I'm going to use a felt tip pen here. And I've sped up the video just a bit. The key here is you want to try to move your hand at the same speed that your mind is perceiving the subject. Of course, you see the subject with your eyes, but it's your mind that perceives the lines. So I'm going to start here by just defining the outlines, the basic contours of the horse. And you can see here it's okay to go over the top of a line you've already created to go back and add some of the details. You want to think of this almost like you're creating a wire sculpture of the subject. If you've ever made a wired sculpture before, then you know that a line is incredibly important in that type of sculpture. So here we're only perceiving the lines that are visible on the subject. This includes areas of contrasting values. As you see, I went up the side of the horse's face where there's an area of shadow, and there's an area of white hair on the face of the horse here that I'm outlining as well. Now remember, this is an exercise, one that is designed to train your brain to see as an artist. Anytime that we can improve I'm using the micron pen instead of a felt tip pen. Not only does this drawing exercise help to improve your observational skills, but it also forces you to think about the mark that you're making on the surface.
Okay, so there is just two examples of continuous line drawings. So what I would like to do now is have you do a continuous line drawing of the object that you chose. So you're going to need your paper and something to draw and your object. Okay. So here you can see I have my rooster and I have my pencil and my paper. The main focus is going to be on the rooster. And for a continuous line drawing, the pencil should not leave the paper. So it's almost like a game. Don't lift up the pencil. See if you can make it all the way around your object and see how many details you can get without lifting up the pencil. So here we go. So the trick is to kind of go slow so that your eye and your hand work together to create this picture. And when you run into a detail, figure out a way to trace over a line that you've already drawn. Okay, and see if I can get that division between his red comb, and his eye, and then swirl back out on top of those lines. Okay, and then I want to get the wing somehow. And his back. Now the tail. Oh my gosh, I'm getting so close. Don't pick up the pencil. All right. There's a continuous line drawing. Now, what's fun with an object is that you can turn it and suddenly you can see a whole different side or a different way to draw it. So you can practice with the same object, or of course, you can change and get a different object. Sometimes a continuous line is fun to do. Abstract. So if that was really difficult to do, keep practicing, of course, but you might just practice making a line that covers the entire paper continuously. So it's like you're taking a dot on a walk and it's walking all over the paper. Imagine if an ant was on your paper, it would be crawling all over the place, going back and forth and up and down. Maybe sometimes it would get into a swirl. Maybe it would zigzag. But try to cover the entire paper with one continuous line. Try to get those edges. Oh, got to get this space right here. Whew. Now, what's really fun about this exercise is that sometimes you can see images in what you create. So it's like looking at clouds and finding shapes in clouds. Sometimes you can see a shape starting to emerge. So here I have that swirl that I did, and it looks a lot like a snail. So maybe it's a snail, and suddenly I can turn this picture into a picture of a snail who's traveling amongst all these different items or this abstract wonderland. All right, friends. So I hope you liked in learning about continuous lines and that you will give it a try. Now, this is something as a skill builder, so it doesn't have to be in your portfolio on Artsonia. But if you come up with a really cool picture, you might consider putting it in your portfolio as one of your drawings. All right, friends, I hope to see you real soon. Bye bye.